Troy, what is the most difficult part of producing a reality show?
The most difficult part of producing a reality show in the beginning is setting a tone for that show and understanding how that show is supposed to feel. Because what will happen is a network will commit to your show, they want to see it. If you're doing a show for USA, it's going to have a very specific feel. If you're doing a show for CBS, they have a different demographic. They want to hear what they want to hear. If you're doing a show for We or for OWN, everybody has their own laundry list of stuff that you have to be able to hit. You also are in this strange position where you need to create something that feels familiar, but is different enough that it stands apart from the other content on that network. So oftentimes, turning in the first episode is a real ordeal because you're really trying to figure out how to please the network, both creatively, as far as giving them something fresh and something new, and something that's also, on the other hand, familiar. As far as selling a reality show and getting a reality show to air, it's just a matter of trying to hit that sweet spot of what the network really needs. They don't always articulate what it is that they need. Very often you'll get a call or an email from your agent that says, you know, so-and-so is buying this. You read the cable updates and you say, well, so-and-so bought a couple of these, you know, shows about chefs. So I better start thinking about that space for that network because it looks like they're starting to do more cooking-oriented stuff, even though it's a channel that's never done that before. It's just trying to predict the need is very difficult. That's the other hardest thing as far as trying to sell something, is predicting what the needs are.
And sustaining that throughout the additional episodes.
Yeah. Trying to find a place to go in a show that isn't a particularly well thought out thing. There are a lot of shows that sell based on the idea of the show versus what you can actually execute. If I told you that I wanted to do a real life version of 30 Rock, and I was going to follow these writers in the writer's room, and it was going to be amazing. As a concept, that sounds like fun. It's like, hey, there's a bunch of funny people that work on a TV show, and I'm going to do a real life version of them in the writer's room. A writer's room is brutal, and it's just people working things out and batching stuff out and putting cards on a wall, and they're in one room, and they order all their food in because they don't have time to go out, and they're going to eat everything out of tins and solve problems and look at notes and complain about stuff, and it's not a show that's going to be super exciting and whiz bang and a lot of action. So as a concept, it sounds great. In practice, it doesn't.
Right, that $1 million napkin idea.
It's the $1 million napkin idea. Is if you can't execute it, it just don't even go there.
Right, interesting.
But sometimes you get saddled with what I was trying to say really was, sometimes you get saddled with a show like that where there's almost no way to get a positive outcome. Those shows are actually, in a way, a lot of fun because trying to figure out the solution, it's like the biggest Rubik's Cube ever.